So now that we've built the basics of the model, we're now at a stage that we can start to detail what we've drawn. So any kind of junction between a floor, a wall, roofs, and so on, we can start to detail at a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. But again, as we're working with one single model, we don't need to redraw where our floor and wall intersect. We can simply pull that information out of the model to work on. So what we're going to be using is something called a callout. You can either use the callout in a plan view or a section. And what we'll be using today, we'll be using the callout on a section view. So if we want to come down to the bottom right hand corner of the building, place the section view through the building like so. Once we place the view, we'll double click on the beak. And what we're going to be adding detail to is this section here. So where our floor intersects our external wall. And we'll also be adding some detail to the window head. So how we can place our callout view, we will go to our view tab at the top. In here in the create panel, there's our callout. So we have two different options here. We have the rectangle. We also have sketch, so we can sketch a unique shape for our callout. What we'll be doing today, we'll just be using the rectangle. So I want to sketch the rectangle like I've drawn, and there's our callout bubble. So what I want to do is just bring the callout bubble over to the left hand side. So just clicking on the grip, just click and drag over to the other side. The grip in the center allows me to add a landing to the callout bubble. So that there is an actual view in itself. If you come down to our project browser, under our sections heading, there's our section 1 that we placed on the ground floor plan down the bottom right hand corner. And there's our section 1 callout. So double tap that will bring us into our callout view. So the first thing we need to do is just change the scale. We don't want our scale to be at 1 to 50. We'll bring it down to say 1 to 10. Next we go to our detail level, we'll change it over to fine. So we can see the different patterns of the different elements. And now how we can add detail to this view. If we now go back to the annotate tab at the top, we have our very own detail panel. In this detail panel will allow us to draw in this 2D view. So we'll be able to draw lines, hatching, these components here that will bring us into the library where we can select 2D components. So they're no longer a 3D component, they're now a 2D component. We can add in revision clouds. With the revision cloud, when we will place the revision cloud on a point at which we've made a change to the drawing. So when we place our revision cloud, we can add information to the actual revision cloud, which will then appear on the revision box on our sheet. A detail group. What that is we can get multiple components, singular components, and group them together similar to like a block in CAD. So they're together as a group that we can move around. And installation, we can add in our installation.